Sean Penn started his career in the 1980s with films like Fast Times at Ridgemont High, but quickly became known for intense dramatic roles. He won 2 Academy Awards for Mystic River and Milk. Known for his method acting and rebellious personality, Penn often used his fame to speak out on political issues and humanitarian work, traveling to crisis zones and disaster areas. In his later years, he remains a passionate, if controversial, figure in Hollywood, respected for his artistry and fearless in his choices, both on screen and in life. Sigourney Weaver broke barriers in the late 1970s when she starred as Ellen Ripley in Alien, one of the first female action heroes in film history. She reprised the role in several sequels, cementing her status as a sci-fi legend. Beyond Alien, she appeared in Ghostbusters, Gorillas in the Mist, and Avatar. Weaver proved she could move seamlessly between action, comedy, and drama. In her older years, she continues to appear in major projects like the Avatar sequels, inspiring younger actresses with her pioneering career. Kevin Costner became a household name in the late 1980s with The Untouchables and Field of Dreams. He won Best Director and Best Picture Oscars for Dances with Wolves. Throughout the 1990s, he starred in epics like Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves, and The Bodyguard. After a quieter period, Costner revived his career with the hit TV series Yellowstone, becoming a fan favorite once again. In his later years, he balances acting, directing, and music, embodying the enduring American screen hero. Sissy Spacek stunned audiences with her breakout role in Carrie, 1976, earning an Oscar nomination. She later won the Academy Award for Coal Miner's Daughter, 1980, where she also performed her own singing. Known for her natural style and ability to embody deeply emotional roles, Spacek has built a career spanning decades with both independent films and mainstream projects. In her later years, she took roles in series like Castle Rock and Homecoming, continuing to show the quiet power that made her a legend. Richard Dreyfuss rose to fame in the 1970s with American Graffiti and Jaws, 2 films that defined an era. He won an Oscar for The Goodbye Girl and continued with memorable performances in Close Encounters of the Third Kind and Mr. Holland's Opus. Though he stepped away from mainstream Hollywood later in life, Dreyfuss remained active in theater and education, often speaking about civic responsibility. In old age, he is regarded as one of the most intelligent and thoughtful actors of his generation. Annette Bening became a major star in the 1990s with American Beauty, earning an Oscar nomination for her complex role. She has balanced mainstream films with more artistic choices, working in projects like The Kids Are All Right and 20th Century Women. Known for her sophistication and emotional depth, Bening never relied solely on glamour, instead building a career on her raw talent. In her later years, she continues to act in critically acclaimed films, admired as one of the greats of her era. Willem Dafoe's career has been defined by his intensity and unpredictability. From Platoon to The Last Temptation of Christ, he built a reputation for choosing daring roles. In the 2000s, he became widely recognized as the Green Goblin in Spider-Man, introducing him to a new generation. In his older years, Dafoe has only expanded his range with films like The Lighthouse and Poor Things. He is respected as an actor who refuses to be typecast, constantly pushing artistic boundaries. Frances McDormand is known for her unshakable authenticity. She first gained fame with Fargo, 1996, which earned her an Oscar. Over the years, she has won multiple Academy Awards, including for 3 billboards outside Ebbing, Missouri, and Nomadland. McDormand is admired for rejecting Hollywood vanity. She often appears without makeup and embraces aging naturally. In her later years, she continues to work with her husband Joel Cohen and remains one of the most respected performers alive. Liam Neeson started as a respected dramatic actor with films like Schindler's List, which earned him an Oscar nomination. In the 2000s, he reinvented himself as an unlikely action hero in the Taken series, leading to a string of thriller roles. His deep, commanding voice made him one of the most recognizable figures in cinema. In his older years, he has balanced action films with smaller dramas, admired for his professionalism and dedication despite personal tragedies. Susan Sarandon became a star in the 1970s with the Rocky Horror Picture Show and built a remarkable career with Thelma and Louise, Dead Man Walking, and Bull Durham. She won an Oscar for Dead Man Walking and became known not only for her talent but also for her strong political activism. In her later years, she continues to act in both film and television, often portraying bold, independent women. Sarandon remains admired for her courage in both her career choices and her outspoken beliefs. Michelle Pfeiffer became a Hollywood star in the 1980s with standout roles in Scarface and The Witches of Eastwick. She quickly gained a reputation as one of the most talented and versatile actresses of her time, balancing beauty with depth. In the 1990s, she starred in Batman Returns as Catwoman, delivering one of her most iconic performances. After stepping back from Hollywood for family life, she made a celebrated return with films like Mother and Ant-Man and the Wasp. In her later years, Pfeiffer is admired for aging gracefully while still taking bold roles. Keanu Reeves rose to fame with Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure before becoming an action icon with Speed, The Matrix Trilogy, and later John Wick. Known for his humble personality and quiet generosity, Reeves became a beloved figure beyond his film work. Despite personal tragedies, including the loss of close family members, he continued to reinvent himself in Hollywood. In his 60s, Reeves is still a leading man, proving that action stardom can last well into older age. Angela Bassett has been a powerhouse actress since the 1990s, with her Oscar-nominated performance as Tina Turner in What's Love Got to Do with It cementing her as one of the greats. She has portrayed historical icons and strong female leads across film and television. In recent years, she reached new audiences through Black Panther and the 9/11 TV series. In her later years, Bassett is celebrated for her commanding presence, elegance, and the trail she blazed for women in Hollywood. Johnny Depp first made waves on 21 Jump Street before establishing himself as one of the most unique actors in Hollywood. Known for his collaborations with director Tim Burton in films like Edward Scissorhands and Pirates of the Caribbean, Depp built a reputation as a chameleon. Though his career has faced turbulence due to personal controversies, he remains a global star with a devoted fan base. In older age, he continues to pursue acting while also focusing on music and art. Julianne Moore rose to prominence in the 1990s with films like Boogie Nights and Magnolia. Known for her emotional depth and ability to portray complex characters, she won the Academy Award for Still Alice. Throughout her career, she's moved between independent films and Hollywood blockbusters, including The Hunger Games. In her later years, Moore continues to be a symbol of both elegance and fearless artistry, choosing roles that push boundaries. Viggo Mortensen became an international star as Aragorn in the Lord of the Rings trilogy, but his career spans far beyond fantasy epics. He is also a poet, painter, and musician, with a reputation as a true Renaissance man. In later years, he earned acclaim for roles in A History of Violence and Green Book. Now, in his mid-60s, Mortensen continues to take on diverse projects, admired for his intellect, humility, and artistic range. Charlize Theron started her career as a model before breaking into Hollywood. She won an Academy Award for her transformative role in Monster, where she played serial killer Eileen Wuornos. Known for balancing glamorous roles with gritty characters, she later starred in Mad Max, Fury Road, and became a leading action star. In her later years, she has also focused on producing and using her platform for humanitarian work, admired for her strength and adaptability. Ben Kingsley became world-famous for his Oscar-winning performance as Mahatma Gandhi in Gandhi, 1982. Over the decades, he has played an incredible range of characters, from villains in Sexy Beast and Iron Man 3 to mentors and kings in historical dramas. His ability to shift between blockbuster films and art cinema made him a global treasure. In his later years, Kingsley continues to act with the same intensity and dedication, proving longevity in the craft. Nicole Kidman began her career in Australia before breaking out internationally with Days of Thunder and Moulin Rouge. She won an Oscar for The Hours and continued to dominate both film and television with acclaimed performances in Big Little Lies and Being the Ricardos. Known for reinventing herself constantly, she has remained one of the most in-demand actresses into her late 50s. Kidman's later career highlights her ability to balance Hollywood glamour with challenging, layered roles. Hugh Jackman gained worldwide recognition as Wolverine in the X-Men series, a role he played for nearly 2 decades. Beyond superheroes, he earned acclaim for his musical performances in Les Miserables and The Greatest Showman. Jackman is admired not only for his acting, but also for his charisma, kindness, and versatility across genres. In his later years, he continues to move between Broadway, Hollywood, and international stages, embodying both physicality and artistry. Javier Bardem, from Spain, rose to fame with international hits like Jamón Jamón before gaining worldwide recognition in Before Night Falls. He won an Academy Award for his chilling role as Anton Chigurh in No Country for Old Men, which became one of cinema's most memorable villains. Bardem is known for balancing Hollywood blockbusters, Skyfall, Dune, with deeply personal Spanish films. In his later years, he continues to be admired for his intensity, range, and ability to bring humanity to both heroes and villains. Emma Thompson is one of Britain's most beloved actresses and also a talented screenwriter. She won an Oscar for her performance in Howard's End and another for writing Sense and Sensibility. Known for her wit, intelligence, and emotional depth, she has worked across genres, from dramas to comedies like Nanny McPhee and blockbusters like Harry Potter. In her older years, Thompson continues to act in meaningful projects while also writing, producing, and speaking out on social issues, admired as both an artist and a humanitarian. Pierce Brosnan became an international star when he took over the role of James Bond in the 1990s, bringing a suave sophistication to the spy franchise. Before Bond, he had success on television with Remington Steele. Beyond Bond, he starred in The Thomas Crown Affair and Mamma Mia, showing his versatility. In later years, Brosnan has transitioned to character-driven roles while also focusing on painting and philanthropy. His charisma and elegance remain intact well into his 70s. Kate Winslet gained fame in the mid-1990s with films like Sense and Sensibility and Titanic, which made her one of the world's biggest stars at just 22. Unlike many young actors, she avoided being typecast, taking challenging roles in independent films. She won an Oscar for The Reader and has continued to deliver powerful performances in projects like Mare of Easttown and Avatar: The Way of Water. In her later years, Winslet has become admired not only for her talent but also for her authenticity and advocacy for natural aging in Hollywood. Idris Elba built his reputation on television with The Wire and Luther, showcasing his commanding presence and versatility. Transitioning to film, he appeared in Mandela, Long Walk to Freedom, Beasts of No Nation, and the Thor franchise. Beyond acting, Elba is also a DJ and producer, admired for his multifaceted talents. Now in his 50s, he remains one of the most respected British actors globally, still balancing Hollywood blockbusters with personal, passion-driven projects. Halle Berry made history by becoming the first black woman to win the Academy Award for Best Actress for Monsters Ball. Before that, she became a household name through roles in Boomerang, Die Another Day, and the X-Men series as Storm. Known for her beauty and determination, Berry also worked as a producer and director. In her later years, she continues to push boundaries, starring in action films like John Wick Chapter 3, proving her resilience in a tough industry. Gary Oldman is celebrated as one of the greatest character actors of his generation. Known for disappearing into roles, he starred in Sid and Nancy, Dracula, and The Professional. He later gained wider recognition as Sirius Black in Harry Potter and Commissioner Gordon in the Dark Knight trilogy. He won his long-awaited Oscar for Darkest Hour as Winston Churchill. In older age, Oldman continues to amaze with roles in film and television, admired for his dedication and transformative talent. Natalie Portman began her career as a child in Leon, The Professional, before becoming a global star with the Star Wars prequels. She won an Oscar for Black Swan, where she delivered a hauntingly powerful performance. Portman has also pursued directing and activism, particularly in education and animal rights. In her later years, she continues to balance blockbuster roles such as Thor, Love and Thunder with independent films, admired for her intelligence and fearless artistic choices. Russell Crowe exploded into worldwide fame with Gladiator, earning an Academy Award. Known for his intensity and physicality, he also delivered acclaimed performances in A Beautiful Mind and Cinderella Man. His reputation for being both passionate and sometimes difficult off-screen did not stop him from becoming one of Hollywood's defining actors of the 2000s. In his older years, Crowe has shifted toward character roles, often embracing his age and gravitas while also pursuing music. Salma Hayek broke barriers for Latina actresses in Hollywood. She became a star in the 1990s with films like Desperado and From Dusk Till Dawn. Her passion project Frida, where she portrayed Frida Kahlo, earned her an Oscar nomination. Beyond acting, Hayek has been a producer and activist supporting women's rights and humanitarian causes. In her later years, she has appeared in both independent films and big-budget projects like Marvel's Eternals, admired for her enduring beauty, strength, and commitment to her craft. George Clooney was born in Lexington, Kentucky, into a family that already had show business in its blood. His father, Nick Clooney, was a television host and news anchor, and his aunt was the famous singer and actress Rosemary Clooney. But George's road to fame wasn't easy. In his youth, he struggled with dyslexia and at first dreamed of becoming a professional baseball player. When that path didn't work out, he moved toward acting, starting with small roles in television during the 1980s. Clooney's big breakthrough came in the 1990s when he was cast as Dr. Doug Ross on the hit medical drama ER. His charm, good looks, and natural screen presence made him a household name almost overnight.